Hey everyone, Shabba Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K16. This one, of course, is going to be Joe versus Punk. About 10 years ago now, these two guys had a pretty epic feud down in Ring of Honor, which I think culminated in 2 hour-long draws and another cracking match as well. So these two guys are renowned their feud in Ring of Honor. I think there's actually DVDs. There's actually the event itself was called Joe versus Punk and Joe versus Punk 2. Of course, Joe shortly after that went to TNA and Punk shortly after that went to WWE. So it worked out great for both of them. It's a shame that they've never managed to clash again since then. But here's our opportunity to see it all over again at the Ring of Honor arena. If CM Punk were to come back at some point to WWE, there would be some incredible matches for him to have now. I want to see the likes of Punk versus Cesaro. I want to see Punk versus Joe. I want to see Punk versus Nakamura. I just want to see Punk versus loads of people. He sort of left a bit abruptly without any... He sort of left without any sort of warning, but at the same time I sort of expected it was going to happen at some point. And it's great to see Joe on this game. It's just amazing to see Samoa Joe in WWE. It just still perplexes me. Every time I see it, I'm just still like, Samoa Joe's in WWE? It still hasn't really sunk in. Especially the likes of AJ Styles there now and Austin Aries, and Nakamura's going to be there. Gallows and Anderson are going to be there. It's just incredible. It just doesn't. It's just still doesn't feel real. But anyway, Joe versus Punk, such an incredible set of matches. If you can get a hold of the matches, definitely worth a watch. Like I said, I think the first 2 matches are both hour-long draws, I seem to recall. And yeah, for the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship. And if you just think of the early Ring of Honor, they had Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, all at the top end of their rosters, of their shows. How amazing are those 3 guys all together? They also had some other pretty good names up there as well. Christopher Daniels, and they had Brian Kendrick, I think, was at the top of the card when it first started out as well. Low Key was high up the card as well. I think AJ Styles was for a short amount of time, but AJ went to AJ went to TNA pretty quick in the Ring of Honor's lifetime. And it is CM Punk. It's a really good call, this one, actually. I do like this. The shirt is correct, the tattoos are correct. His hair is not 100% for me, but I think everything else on this call is absolutely incredible, which is probably why it was so difficult for me to download, because I had to download this new logo thing they've got going on WWE, where you can only have 1,000 logos, and you have to delete some when you download new people. With guys like Punk that are covered in tattoos and logos, I spent about an hour just deleting individual logo after logo, because you can't delete mass logos, you have to delete them individually, which is bloody annoying. But either way, I'm looking forward to this match. I really am. Earlier in the week we did Earlier in the week we did CM Punk versus Shinsuke Nakamura, so if you've not seen that, I definitely suggest you go back and look at that. We've also done Austin Aries versus Sami Zayn a couple of days ago as well. So again, definitely worth a watch. And hit that subscribe button if you are new around here, because there's going to be a lot of these coming up, and there's already quite a lot on the channel as well for you to flick through if you're ever bored. Just another quick plug. Tomorrow, I think it'll be tomorrow because this will be uploaded on Thursday. Tomorrow is NXT TakeOver Dallas. So basically what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to be uploading every single match from TakeOver, of course done on WWE 2K16. I'm going to do random matches for every single one before the event happens, just to try and excite you guys, get you guys ready, get you guys even more excited for the event than what you already currently are. Of course, those matches are going to be Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. We've got the Revival, Dash and Dawson taking on Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, American Alpha. Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson. Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Bayley versus Asuka. And Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Like I said, I'll be uploading all of those tomorrow, probably about 1 hour leading up to the NXT TakeOver event. And also on Sunday we'll be doing the same thing but for WrestleMania. Of course the game has certain limitations, which means some of the matches won't be 100% the same, but they'll be to a pretty high, close level. Things like the 7-man ladder match, of course the best we can have is a 6-man, so we'll drop the Miz out of that because, yeah, just why not. The 8 Divas tag team match will be a 6 Divas tag team match. And of course the New Day versus League of Nations will be 6-man tag rather than a 3-on-4. But apart from that, they're going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to doing these, actually. I'm actually trying to get them all done just to give you a bit of insight, this is actually Easter Friday I'm recording this match now, so about a week or so before it gets uploaded. I'm going to try and get all the TakeOver and Mania matches uploaded over this weekend and scheduled to go live on the correct days, just so I can be ahead of myself. And then we can sort of jump on anything new that happens, especially that Raw after WrestleMania. That's going to be pretty good. It always is. The Raw after WrestleMania is always fantastic. I can see a lot of debuts coming. Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, the whole of Bullet Crew really, including Gallows and Anderson. Who else we got? Enzo and Cass. Potential for either the Revival or American Alpha. I've been reading actually today, to go off on another little tangent. I have been reading today about Kurt Angle. He did an interview and they were talking about him returning to WWE, and the one thing that he said he would love to do if he rejoined WWE was to recreate a new Team Angle using American Alphas, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. For me, that would be incredible. Those two guys, I'm sorry, but those two guys are amazing. One of the best tag teams I think I've seen in a very, very long time. Chad Gable is just absolutely hilarious, and Jason Jordan as well is an in-ring. Just both of them are fantastic wrestlers, and the charisma they've both got as well. I think those two are going to be absolute stars when they make it onto the main roster. They really are. And if there is going to be a roster split coming up pretty soon, which is something I've gone absolutely mad about this week, those are all guys that are going to get a lot of opportunities this year, I think. I think if there is a roster split, I think we'll see a large amount of NXT stars move up onto those main rosters, which would really freshen the whole dynamic of WWE quite a lot. Because I think NXT has a better roster than WWE have at the moment. There's everybody that's currently on NXT television, apart from Mojo Rawley, has a good place, has a really good place. Whereas on the main roster, you've got guys like Bo Dallas, guys like Zack Ryder, and a lot of guys like that just don't seem to have any real place on the roster. They're just there. They just get a little bit of airtime every now and again, just to keep them still there. It's a bit disappointing, really. Samoa Joe, Rollins, CM Punk over. Going to go for the pin after that trifecta of different suplexes. Almost like a taster platter there by Samoa Joe. It's not enough to keep CM Punk down. Joe now with the elbows to the chest of CM Punk, and another big one as well to finish it off. And a stump to the gut as well. Samoa Joe surveying the situation. CM Punk straight back up to his feet though, and now catches Joe with that spinning kick to the gut. Now off the rope, and there's that drop kick. Another drop kick, and CM Punk out of nowhere now, just building up momentum, taking Joe down with a neck breaker. And now Punk locking in that submission hold. But I've forgotten what it's called. Anaconda Vice, that's it, Anaconda Vice. You can go back now to the CM Punk Nakamura match and remind me that's the Anaconda Vice that's called. Because I could not remember it at all, and like I said, I've recorded all these matches in a row. CM Punk taking Samoa Joe up into that butterfly backbreaker. Bringing Joe back up to his feet. Now Punk sends him into the corner. Big forearm to the back of Joe. Taking Joe up onto the top turnbuckle. What does Punk have planned here? I'm not sure, but it doesn't look very good for Joe either way. Super German suplex by CM Punk on Samoa Joe. In for the pin goes Punk. This should be all really. 1, 2. And Joe just about kicks out on the brink of a free count. I don't know how Joe is still in this one, to tell the truth. Joe catching CM Punk, who's going for that sort of double chop to the shoulders. Very Japanese style move, that one. But Punk still taking control of this match once again, sending Joe into the corner, taking him up onto that top turnbuckle. A clubbing blow to the back of his... Punk's going to do it again here. Another super German suplex off the top, and surely if the last one was the brink of a free count, surely this has got to be all. 1, 2, and no, Joe kicks out again. Oh God, Punk can't believe it. I can't believe it. This, again, was another situation where I thought this match was over. Joe now takes Punk over in that suplex. I know Joe rolling Punk over into that Boston Crab. Punk is crawling his way to the ropes. It looks like he is just about going to get there, but he doesn't need to as he breaks free using his leg strength. Punk now with a neck breaker on Joe, and I must say Punk is looking much more likely to win this match. Dominating at the moment. Punk bringing Joe back up to his feet. Sends him off that rope again. Launches him up into the air. Catches him onto the shoulder. There's the GTS. And surely now that's got to be all. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. CM Punk picks up a great win here against Samoa Joe. And Punk actually busted open the match. I didn't realise that earlier on. This is that trifecta of suplexes. Dragon suplex and then the straitjacket suplex there. We didn't get to see the first one, shame, but it's a great set of moves that by Samoa Joe. In for the pin, he went straight from that. It was only enough for a 2 count though. See Punk taking Joe up onto the top. This was the first or the second of these super German suplexes. Incredible move, and I don't know how Joe managed to kick out of 2 of them, telling us the truth. But there it is, the 2 count. And here we go, Punk taking Joe up for a second of those super German suplexes. And there it is again, a big, big move. In for the pin again, only enough to just about get the 2 count out of Samoa Joe. And here it is, this is the big finish. So Punk, probably this is the easiest way for him to get Samoa Joe up onto his shoulders, was to launch him into the air and catch him. And there he is, onto the shoulders. There's the GTS. And Joe was out of it. 1, 2, and 3. Well guys, that is the end of this video. Samoa Joe losing to CM Punk, who has tattoo underneath his armpit. I don't know if that's quite right, but there you go. It's been a very good match, actually. This is a little bit shorter than some of the other ones, but it's still been a very, very good match, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then be sure to hit that like button, and of course, hit that like button if you would love to see this match again in WWE at some point. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button for a lot more 2K16 footage. And remember, this weekend coming up, we're going to have all of the matches from TakeOver and all the matches from WrestleMania uploaded onto this channel as random matches, just to whet your appetite for what is coming up the following evening. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all join in for that as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.